Welcome back to TechKidFX for another Polygon Matic price prediction update, and in this video I want to give you the short-term and the long-term scenarios that I'm expecting to play out, basing my analysis on the Elliot structures and the Fibonacci's, and also the key areas of support and resistances. And allow me to kickstart the video here on the daily chart by giving you a brief of what has been happening here on the Polygon Matic chart. Polygon Matic, from these low prices that we had been trading within, we saw a very nice bounce to the upside, making it to an all-time high in a movement that I've been terming as a higher Elliot wave count 1 to the upside. And after seeing the all-time high, we started the bear market in this massive ABC corrective structure, which took us back to around the $0.32 mark in a movement that I've been terming as a higher Elliot wave count 2 to the lower side. And right now I'm expecting a very nice bounce to the upside in the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 3, then expect a wave 4, and then continue pushing even higher in the formation of that higher Elliot wave count 5 to the upside. And getting a little bit into the details of the formation of this Elliot wave structure, and first sketch out a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of this wave 3 using a trend based Fibonacci, connecting it from the low of the first wave to the high of that wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of the second wave. That gives me a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of that wave 3 at the fib level 1.618, which perfectly lies at around the $5.0675 mark, and that is the minimum that I would expect that wave 3 to the upside to do. And that is my long-term scenario here on the Polygon Matic chart. And because the wave 3 to the upside is an impulsive wave, I also expect to see fractal waves in formation within that higher Elliot wave count 3, having the wave 5 of that fractal wave completing the formation of that higher Elliot wave count 3 to the upside. And jumping to the forward chart for further analysis, here on the forward chart you can see I have this Elliot wave structure in blue, which is a fractal wave within the formation of that higher Elliot wave count 3 to the upside, where I believe we have completed the formation of the higher Elliot wave count 1 of this Elliot wave structure in blue. And because the first wave to the upside is also an impulsive wave, I also expected to see fractal waves in formation within that higher Elliot wave count 1, where you can see I have this Elliot wave structure in yellow, having the wave 5 completing the formation of that higher Elliot wave count 1, and also making a high at around the $1.3 mark. And now my primary scenario is that we're in the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 2, which is a corrective wave, and because of its corrective nature, I also expect to see an ABC corrective structure in formation within that higher Elliot wave count 2. And here on the Polygon Matic chart, there are two ways we can have that ABC corrective structure, and that is what is going to give me my two short-term scenarios that I expect to play out here on the Polygon Matic chart. And the very first way to have that ABC corrective structure is having this as a massive wave A to the lower side. So we have that as the wave A, then I'm expecting a wave B over here, then expect an impulsive movement to the lower side in the formation of that wave C, which should fully maximize the formation of that higher Elliot wave count 2 to the lower side. And first sketching out a minimum target area to the upside in the formation of this wave B using the Fibonacci's, connecting them from the high of that wave A to the low of the wave A. That gives me a minimum retracement area to the upside in the formation of that wave B between the fib level 0.618 and the fib level 0.382, which perfectly lies between the $0.97 mark and the $1.0954 mark. But there are chances that we might not fully maximize that target area, and there are chances that we might have made our high in the formation of that wave B at around the $0.94 mark, and we might have started that impulsive movement to the lower side in the formation of this wave C. And because of its impulsive nature, I'm expecting to see a 5-wave structure in formation within this wave C, and I believe that is the move that we are seeing here on the Polygon Matic chart, where we can term this as a higher Elliot wave count 1 to the lower side. And there are chances that we might have made the low for that higher Elliot wave count 1 to the lower side, and very soon I'm expecting a bit of a bounce to the upside in the formation of that second wave, then expect a wave 3, a wave 4, and then a wave 5, which should fully maximize the formation of this wave C, and also fully maximize the formation of this higher Elliot wave count 2, which is my primary scenario here on the Polygon Matic chart. And sketching out a minimum retracement area to the upside in the formation of this wave B using the Fibonacci's, connecting them from the high of that wave 1 to the low of that wave 1, that gives me a minimum retracement area to the upside in the formation of that wave B between the fib level 0.5 and the fib level 0.618, which perfectly lies between the $0.87 mark and the $0.85 mark. And Now that we have the support of this $0.78 mark, which is a key area of support down here, there are chances that we might maybe see a retest of this key area of support, and once the retest is in, then we can continue pushing even higher. And in that movement, I'll be expecting Polygon Matic to do the area between the $0.87 mark and the $0.85 mark in the formation of that higher Elliott wave count 2. Then from there we can expect an impulsive movement to the lower side in the formation of that wave 3, then a wave 4, and then continue pushing even low in the formation of that wave 5. And in my yesterday's video, I had a chart pattern that was in formation over here, where I had connected the lower highs and also the lower lows, and we had an ABCDE channel which was right here, but you can see that we are coming to an invalidation point, because you can see we have continued pushing even higher above the wave B high, meaning there are chances of not making a new lower low in the formation of this wave E. And because of that, I have to remove this ABCD structure and just remain with the channel, which is giving us a breakout to the upper side. And in case we see a retest, then that could support also that movement to the upside in the formation of this higher Elliott wave count 2 to the lower side. So that is the very first way we can have that ABCD, that is that ABC corrective structure here on the Polygon Matic chart. The other way we can have that ABC corrective structure is having this as the wave A. So we can have these as our wave A to the lower side. Then we have seen that wave B making its peak at around the $1.17 mark. Then I'm expecting a new low in the formation of that wave C, and that should be a straight sell-off, losing the key area of support at around the $0.78 mark and continue pushing even lower, giving us a new low in the formation of that higher Elliott wave count 2 to the lower side. So those are the two ABC corrective structures that I can have here on the Polygon Matic chart. But the most likely one is that we have these as the massive wave A, then we have seen a wave B making its peak at around the $0.94 mark, and right now we're in that impulsive movement to the lower side in the formation of that wave C. Also taking a look at the indicators here on the RSI, we are trading at around the 51 mark, meaning we have massive room for us to support any movements to the upside. Also taking a look at the MACD, here on the MACD we have printed a bullish cross, and that would support that second wave that I have shown you here on the 4-hour chart. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated.